welcome Eden. Good to have you here. To get an update on, I guess, very successful year. You listed last year, and hopefully this year we'll have a lot to look forward to. So maybe kicking off with that, looking at 2018, you listed, a lot of things happened. I can imagine you had some sort of expectations for the company in the first period of listing. Can you talk a little bit about how you've gone? Has it been better, worse than you were expecting?
Yeah, well, first thanks again for hosting us here now in lovely Sydney. So no doubt that for ParaZero 2018 was a unique year. I mean, 4 years on the road, and this is kind of the year that we moved to a new phase, not just become a listed company, which put us in a position that will allow us to further grow and take everything that we developed in the last 3 years and to move it for the next phase. So combined with listing, we started entering to the aftermarket. So we had 2 new products last year that we launched for the Matrice 600 and the Matrice 200 that is doing fine and provide us a lot of visibility and exposure and great footprint into this market. We were even surprised that for the feedback that we got from those products. And I believe that the most important decision is for us to go and right after the listing and to use the resources that we got from the listing and to go for the prosumer.
Right.
That was based on a few market research that shows us that there is high use of those high-end Phantom 4 Mavic 2 type drone for use for what we call entry-level commercial application. And we took all the know-how, all the IP, everything that we managed to gather in the last 4 years and squeeze it into this very small, very effective system.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So we did a bit of homework on this specific product as well, of course. DJI's most popular drone. DJI, of course, being the largest one. So you're basically targeting the most popular drone globally with this product. Can you talk a little bit about, first of all, for viewers that are not too familiar with the actual module, what it does, the various functions on it, but then so what it means for you guys in terms of addressing this very popular drone?
Well, as I said, at the end of the day, we look at the research, we look at the number, we realize that there's more than 2 million of Phantom 4 already out there and keep on selling a Mavic 2 and Mavic 2 Pro Enterprise. That's kind of the next generation, and the sales expectation is more or less the same. So if we just do a quick math, we identify that if we take the one that sold in 2018 combined with the one that will be sold in 2019, that's around 900,000 addressable market for us. When I'm saying this number is being used by commercial operator. So there is a lot of other Phantom 4 used for recreation. I'm not counting them. I'm looking and we're targeting just the one that use Phantom 4 Mavic 2 from the Mavic series for commercial application. There any police force using them, military for training, and a lot of construction application, and of course those straightforward filming footage and everything. So that's a great target market for us. What we've done with this product, this is kind of the first, what we call mass production. So it allows us to drop the price to make it affordable and
what is this retailing for now?
So retail in the US, it's $299. That's the US. Of course, there's some change in price if it's in Europe, if it's in Australia, based mainly on currency. It's a repackable system, which means you can use it more than once. And can
you repack it yourself, or do you need to go to?
No, this one you can repack yourself. Right. It's built in a way that the end user will have the ability. It's our smartest system. So most of what's beneath here, there is a parachute, of course, but it's the electronic and the sensor. More than 25 different type of information that we're sensing. It's fully redundant and autonomous. All you need is just to strap it. It has its own battery, its own ability to communicate, software update. So once we'll go for the next version, you just need to download it and go and fly. very straightforward, very efficient, and maybe more important, this is as well the first system that has been certified through the new ASTM standard.
Right.
That's the new standard for a safety system for a small unmanned aerial vehicle, and this system has been run through those tests, and we're selling it as well as a certified system.
Right. About regulation, the US is quite sort of advanced in terms of regulation. I'd say they're probably ahead of Europe. Looking at how fast they're going, but there's new legislation coming out of the US again. Can you update us on that and what it means for you?
Well, in many ways, that's kind of an inflection point for us. I mean, we've been waiting in the last year to see this new regulation, new draft regulation. We should be more accurate. So now it's open for public review, and it says clearly, without getting into those, it's a 300-page document. It says clearly that for any drone that will need to fly above people, or during nighttime, or beyond visual line of sight, will need to meet certain kinetic energy in case of critical malfunction.
Right.
The only way to achieve it is using this type of system. Of course, this is our smallest, and we have our others, and they will need to be certified according to the standard that I've mentioned earlier before. So kind of a dream come true for a company like us. In a year and a half from now, once this will be fully adopted, that's like a car with a safety belt. Nobody will be willing to drive a car with a safety belt today. So it's straightforward.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure if we spoke about this the last time, but in terms of your competition, can you talk a little bit about that? What your competitive advantage is versus other players?
So I definitely don't think my competitor have any advantage, but seriously, I'm happy to see that there is new players coming, stepping in, identifying that there is a huge opportunity here. Most of, let's say, the legacy, the one that we've been monitoring in the last 2-3 years, are mainly parachute manufacturers. So they've done parachute for rockets or toys, and they start developing parachute. So it's a parachute with a very basic deployment mechanism. So I'm not worried with those one because they're kind of subcontractor for me. Okay, right. I'm using the parachute. Our whole approach is the holistic approach, is from the flight computer till the energy mitigating system and putting everything together. We're unique in doing that. So of course we have patent and pending patent around the deployment mechanism, but a lot of IP is invested into the development of the electronics, the algorithm, and the sensing, and we identify maybe 2 companies that the language around it sounds similar, like what we're doing, but they don't have product yet. Yep. And I wish them luck, but
not that much.
Not that much.
Right. Okay. Then just on your advisory board, you put on a very heavy hitter. Please talk to us about the profile and what he can mean for you, where he helps the company forward.
Yeah. So advisory board is something that in each company has been managed slightly different. Mainly you're looking to bring expert in certain field that will help the company to provide insight, or sometimes if needed open the relevant doors. So for us it was successful to recruit, I should say, end of last year and beginning of this year. The first is local, Sydney born. Dave Sharma used to be the ambassador in Israel, the Australian ambassador in Israel, and that was where I met him in person. And when he came back, he became involved in making connection and with the Israeli startup scene in Australia. So for us, it's a great foot on the ground and visibility into the Australian ecosystem, and he understands Israel now, so he can as well help in translating what we're doing, what we're thinking, and everything. So it's a great bridge. It's helped us a lot. And Michael Huerta was the director of the FAA, the Federal Aviation Authority. He retired, I think, 8 months ago. So right after he retired, and some short cool period that he can, he joined our advisory board. And for me, it's amazing because he knows of us when he was the FAA director. And putting his name on the advisory board and working with us, it's kind of a validation and verification that what we're doing will be needed, will be kind of an integral part of this revolution, and he is amazing. So that's a great achievement for the company.
Right, okay, excellent. Well, it sounds like you've got all your ducks in a row now. So I wish you a very good 2019, and yeah, we hope to touch base, when you're back in Sydney, to just drop by and do another interview with us.
Great, Mark. Thank you very much.
My
Looking
pleasure.
forward.